Hey there, we're back with another Friday talking video, and in this week's video we're going to be talking about favorite tricks on everything as far as skate parks, dirt, street, flat ground, specific ramps at skate parks, things like that. But before we get into that, I just want to point out the fact that there's like 16 new people since last Friday, which is kind of cool. So thanks for being here, and if you're watching, thanks for watching, and thank you all, everyone else who's already subscribed, or even if you're not, for watching. Anyways, so let's get into the video. Favorite tricks. I haven't thought about any of this beforehand, so I'm probably going to argue with myself a little bit in this, but to start it off, let's go with the easier things. I'm going to say on flat ground, my favorite flat ground trick to do is a bunny hop bar spin no-hander lander. That's probably the one that I would pick, with maybe rolling crank flips as a close second. I don't know. Bunny hop bar spin no-hander lander for number one flat ground trick, not necessarily flat land trick. Now we'll move into, let's go with the streets. And riding street, I would say my number one favorite trick to do is an ice pick on some type of street setup. Probably a sub of some sort would be my best or my favorite option. Say a bank to sub, ice pick, ice to fakie, anything with an ice pick in it on the streets. I like that a lot. But there's also tree rides. It's pretty close. Ice pick or tree ride. I have to pick one. We can't go through the video and say, oh, they're the same. No, we're going to pick one. I would say, because there's fewer tree rides, when you do get to ride one, it's awesome. So we'll say tree rides, number one favorite thing to do in the street. With ice picks on anything, particularly subs, it's number two. Now let's go into skate parks. Skate parks are super... No, back up. Rewind. We're going to do trails first, because trails, pretty simple. My number one favorite trick to do at the trails is a knack-knack. 100%. Best feeling trick ever whenever it works right. And if I had to pick a number two, I would pick an X-up seat grab, or like a super overclicked toboggan, where it's like, it's X-up. So basically X-up seat grab, that's why it's called that. That would be number two. That one works a little bit easier for me than a knack-knack. But knack-knacks, whenever you get them completely sideways and you get the foot dipped really low. Josh, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. That would be my number one in the trails. My face has got an itch on it. And ignore the little scratch on my nose here. I'm looking at the screen. You can see it a little bit. And it looks a little red. And that's it. Doesn't matter. Ignore them. Anyways, so yeah. Favorite trails, knack-knack. Now we move into the skate park, where things get a little bit complicated, because there's so many different things to ride at the skate park, where the trails, you're hitting jumps. That's what trails are. Flat ground doesn't change. It's always flat. Street, kind of the same deal, but it's a little easier to pick there. So when it comes to skate parks, we're just going to do favorite tricks on different obstacles. So to start off, we'll do spines, double coping spines. My favorite trick would be probably 270 over ice back over. That trick feels crazy whenever you do it, because it feels completely out of control, but for some reason it works out. Not sure how. That's one. I learned 270 over Feebles back over in 10 minutes. Probably 2008, 9, something like that. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but I learned it in 10 minutes. It was random. Came off the top of my head. Anyways, double coping spine, 270 over ice, back over. or a 3-tap would be second, because a 3-tap on double coping spine is awesome. Now let's move into, since we're already talking spines, street spine. I would say straight up just an ice pick to over, mostly just because Sponge and I have a contest every time we go to raise. We see if we can get ice over first try, and whoever gets it wins the dollar for the session. The proverbial dollar that never trades hands. But yeah, ice over on street spines. If I'm gonna pick a quarter pipe, you might think that it would be an ice pick. I almost said it. Almost got you there. You might think that it would be an ice pick, but actually my 100% favorite quarter pipe trick ever is a 5-tap with no hops and with brakes. Using brakes to do a 5-tap with no hops in it, it's like the best feeling ever. No ice pick will ever be that cool of a feeling, I don't think. Just spins around perfect, and yeah, it's just awesome. Ice picks maybe a close second, I don't know. But number one is 5-taps with brakes on a quarter pipe. Next, we can talk about wedges. Wedges are tough because I like to do a lot of tricks that are really hard on quarter pipes on wedges. But gotta think about it for a second. Bear with me. While I'm thinking, leave your favorite tricks in the comments. But you have to pick one. You can't say two. You gotta pick one favorite trick for one specific thing that you're doing it on. When it comes to a bank, I think my number one favorite trick to do right now would be a Fufanu candy bar to crank flip. They've been working out really easily, and it just feels pretty sweet. And the way I have to do Fufanu candy bars, I end up with my wrong foot forward, and I crank flip with my wrong foot forward, so it kind of just works perfectly. So we'll go with that. Sorry about that. Next, let's see, subs. Any sub, doesn't matter what it is. Banked sub, quarter to sub, sub rail, hitching post, sub box, anything. Favorite trick, hands down, 100%, is a sub Fufanu. And that's pretty simple. Nothing better than doing a back rail Fufanu, but any other sub Fufanu feels awesome. So what's left? Box jumps. You might think box jumps would be the same as trails, but it's not, because when it comes to box jumps, I'm too scared to do knack-knacks yet. I haven't done one over a box jump yet. Probably will soon, but I've just been a sissy, I guess. And realistically, all I've had to try it on is Worcester, since I haven't really went anywhere while thinking about it to do a knack-knack on a box jump. I guess I went to New Philly, which has a huge box jump, but I don't know. Kind of want to warm up to it. On a box jump, my favorite trick. That one's tough too. While I'm thinking about this one, you should, if you're not subscribed, if you're new here, push the button. It might be over here, it might be over there. I don't know where it's at. Push it. It's free, and there's no reason not to. Box jump. I'm going to go with the easy answer, 360. 360s on box jumps are awesome. If you've ever done one, you know why. If you haven't, do one and you'll find out. Next, we could talk about hips, because hips are at skate parks. I think over a hip, my favorite trick to do would be probably an X up 1-footer. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. X up 1-footer. We're going to go with that just because the video is starting to get long, and I don't want to keep dragging it out, making you sit there and listen to me talk about crap that you probably don't care about. Anyways, let's see what's next. Is there anything that's next? We did quarter pipes, spines, box jumps, hips, flat rail. Flat rail is going to be the last one that we talk about. let's see. All right, favorite flat rail trick ever is 180 double peg over to fakie. That one is sweet. I've done a few variations with it. 180 double peg over candy bar to fakie. That one just feels pretty cool, and it works most of the time for me, so I like doing it. I'll probably think of some other stuff to add in here later, but I'm not going to do it. Give myself 5 seconds here to think. What else is at skate parks that we ride and I haven't said yet? Everything else is pretty singular. I mean, you could say curved wall rides are like their own thing. And if you're doing tricks in the middle of curved wall rides or out of curved wall rides, you're nuts. I don't do those yet. Yeah. I mean, you could say wall rides. Yeah, we'll do wall rides last. A wall ride trick, favorite trick to do on wall rides ever is double pegging a flat up and down wall. Like a sub box double peg, but on a wall straight up and down. That would have to be my #1 favorite thing to do on a sub wall. So that's gonna be it. I can't think of anything else. If you can, put it in the comments. I'll respond to it there. Tell me what your favorite tricks are on different obstacles. You don't have to give a huge list like I did. Just name a couple, name one, do whatever. Just let's have a conversation in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. It's free. There's no reason not to. I keep pointing at the little dot over here, which is you guys. Psh, psh, psh. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time, and goodbye.